Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's JudiciousFire, and I am here with an update for Android as well as iOS, I suspect, in the next 2 to 3 days. And we're going to look at the two new heroes. We're going to look at the new enchantment. We're going to look at the new pets that are being offered in the game, as well as how to register for the new game mode. We'll also talk a couple of things that got adjusted in terms of gameplay and in terms of what our heroes can and cannot do. Just a little shout out to the Update Enthusiast tab on our event pages. I think it's really regardless of server. If you're able to get up to a certain number of people who have registered, and it's completely free, you just click the link and it'll take you and register you automatically. If you can get up to, I think it's maybe 40,000, then everybody gets 4 tiers worth of free rewards. So please do so. Let's take a look at where we are right now. And we can see that we're really falling behind. We need to get this meter up as far as possible so we can start collecting rewards. Rewards are going out over the next 4 days. So please update your enthusiasm and get this meter going. Let's start off here with the new game mode. It's Narcia War Era. It appears to be a blend of a variety of different game modes in Castle Clash. You're able to choose a tremendous number of heroes, register, and then await the opening of the event. You capture spaces on a map, and to move from one section to the next, like in Labyrinth, costs you stamina or strength. So it's going to be a bit of defending what we have in terms of our territory, kind of like Fortress Feud, while trying to gain new territory without running our heroes out. So it's going to be a mix of a couple of game modes I think we're familiar with. And I am still waiting with bated breath on this mysterious feature. Okay, here are the two new heroes. Hero on the left, Berserker, is available through gem rolling. Dark Mage on the in the center of the screen is going to be an event-only hero, probably only available through Soulstone collection by purchases in the bazaar or through Floating Isle event and Soulstones that way. Okay, here's what they're calling the free-to-play hero. Now, check out his skill description. I moved it up to level 15. It's really intriguing, and it gives players some ideas about how he can be used and how he can even be exploited. Take a look at this. Okay, every second he does damage to targets, and he recovers health based on the damage that he does. Now, every second he's dealing damage to these targets. There's no limitation in terms of location or range. He removes accuracy of those that were hit by his strike. Their accuracy goes down by 22%. That's not a big deal. When he is killed, now this is what is interesting. When he's killed, he does 1,000 attack damage to nearby enemy units. I would liken that to a self-destruct. Like the old days when you put self-destruct on Ninja. He'd do 1,000 attack damage with his self-destruct. Well, it's the same thing. When he dies, he self-destructs. Now, the damage that he does from that self-destruct, it ignores Dovekeeper's damage cap, Zafirika's damage cap, Rune Master's damage cap that he gains, Jumbear's. That damage that he does from the self-destruct is the equivalent to a Bloody Mary going off in all directions. He has a 66% chance to revive with 60% health every time he is killed. Now, if you've played Castle Clash long enough, you know that none of us are lucky. So I don't see him chaining or linking all of those revive chances together into being some kind of immortal beast that keeps coming back from the dead. No. But I do see it happening a couple of times. I also wonder, and it's going to take some experimentation. I'll do this on my main account. What he would be doing in terms of a like a revive 10. Okay, that's going to bring him back at full health 2 times. And then the percentage chance to operate stuff starts to happen. You're packing on 2 healthy lives in addition to his ability to come back by percentage chance. That'd be really beast. Now, here's how I think it could be exploited. His 1000% attack damage is huge. Huge. Especially if you built this guy with attack traits and put a good attacking pet on him with attack traits. Get that attack up. And what you do is you send him walking directly towards Zeph, directly towards Dove, walking like a schmuck all by himself, and you sacrifice him. And you allow him to be killed immediately by Zeph and by Dove. He explodes, and now all of a sudden, bye-bye Zeph, bye-bye Dove. So imagine a Guild Wars scenario or even a raiding scenario where you drop this guy as the bait and you take out 1 or 2 of the baddest baddies we have in the game. And, you know, that's his purpose. So I might experiment with him in that capacity and see if he could be a deliverer of destruction. Okay, here we have our Floating Isle and Soulstone Collection event-only hero. It's called Dark Mage. Okay, hero enters a dark trance. Now, this is another condition that we have now introduced into the game. We might be up to maybe 18 or so conditions approximately. Now it's dark trance. Okay, during a dark trance, this hero won't be able to move. He can't attack. He can't trigger his skill. He can't obtain boosts or conditions granted by other units. So if Walla Walla auto procs and gives an attack bonus, he won't get it when he's in dark trance. This description is very much like a Lazulix. He's not going to move, but he does trigger his skill, the pulsating waves of destruction. So they're a bit similar, but this guy's certainly more restricted in his movement and ability to attack. He does a decent amount of attack to nearby enemy units, so they got to be right up in his face. This damage can spread across a max of 3 nearby enemy units. So let's say that you got 3 bad guys in front of you. He hits one of them, and it kind of chains and hits the other ones. But they have to be nearby, and that's typically about 10 squares. Units that receive damage from the hero's attack lose 22 energy per hit. That's not a lot. They have their movement speed and attack speed reduced by 48%. This lasts 2 out of 5 seconds. So 40% of the time, they're going to have a 48% reduction in movement and attack speed. That's not a lot either. The dark transits, the effect will last 2 seconds. The dark trance itself will last 5. The cooldown on this process is 7. That's brutal. He's immune to silence, energy reduction, Ares stuff. His damage ignores damage to HP conversion. Okay. I don't have this hero. It's just my initial reaction. The free-to-play hero that we just described sounds really intriguing and exciting. This hero, I don't know. He stands there. He doesn't do anything. He spreads damage around to those who would be stupid enough to just come walking right up to him. I would just avoid the guy. He is like a mini Moltanica in how he debuffs the enemy. But there's a heck of a long cooldown in this whole process, and that's going to leave him really vulnerable. Lastly, his damage ignores damage to health conversion in this game. We have heroes that can be equipped with, for example, the talent or insignia True Piety. And Rambard, by his basic skill description, transfers damage, Occultist as well, damage into health. they take damage, it becomes healing. His damage ignores that. So, for example, if he hits a cultist for 100, a cultist is actually going to be taking 100 damage. Where if a cultist was hit by Mahatma for 100, maybe a percentage of that, or even all of that damage, would be converted into health. That won't work with this guy. Is this the end of True Piety? Is this the end of Rambard? Is this the end of damage to health conversion? Absolutely not. I will draw at one point and then we're on. I would draw a tremendous distinction in this game between a new talent or enchantment versus a new hero. If we have a talent or enchantment that ignores damage to health conversion, that means you can put that talent or enchantment on any hero. In fact, several heroes. And now all of a sudden, bye-bye Rambard. Bye-bye damage to health conversion. It'd be completely shut down. This is just one hero. They tried to counteract dodge, and they did so by introducing Ice Lady. Ice Lady reduces the dodge of nearby enemy heroes. Well, friends, how well did that work out? Ice Lady turns to dust the moment you put her out on the board. So having just one hero with this capability is by no means any kind of a game changer. I wouldn't even call it a game shift. At best, a game ripple. Look at it in terms of lost battlefield. If you're worried about this guy, well, he will be one out of a member of a 5-hero team, and you will only have a 33.3% chance of encountering him with your Rambard. So it gets a little bit low in the odds. I hope he turns out to be okay, but thus far what I'm reading, not too impressive. Taking a look now at the new enchantment Punishing Smite. I took it up to level 7. It's max level. You're going to get 2 benefits from this enchantment. Number 1, you're going to gain 40% crit rate in battle. So if you have a 1,000 crit rate on your hero and you put this enchantment on, you're not going to see that crit rate change. It's when it's in battle it'll start to activate, very much like a Vigorous Fury does. When you deal a critical hit, you will be given a 560% true damage strike to the enemy hero on the board who has the lowest health. So if you crit hit somebody with really high health, that's probably not going to be the hero that takes the true damage strike. That'll be a different hero. So better crit rate chance, and every 6 seconds you get a chance, you hit a hero with a true damage strike. That's pretty low, and that's pretty sad. Now you think of somebody like a hotshot who just every strike is basically true damage. This is once every 6 seconds. All right, let's look at our old friend Vigorous Fury here. The talent is going to give you a critical rate boost of 90%. Okay, far exceeding what that enchantment's going to do, even at max level 7, which is extremely hard to get. You're also going to get 170% extra health. That's huge. Look at the lasting effect. Lasts for longer than the cooldown, so it will always be operating as long as your hero has at least 45% health. But the health bonus will always be working no matter what. Let's take a look at one more talent. Our old friend Sharpen, and I still think that Sharpen has a lot of utility in this game. Increased crit rate by 60%, also better. And you get a big accuracy bonus. So I would say that the new enchantment, kind of like the last one, let's jump back to it. Yeah, kind of like anti-air shot. This new Punishing Smite seems to have a very, very small usage. Very specific circumstances, and when it does happen, it's rare and certainly not often. Up to you. It's everybody's game. Everybody's got a different play style. I will experiment with it, but I don't know if it's going to be one that's going to have the long-lasting effect that I look for in an enchantment. And we get to our title talent system. There has been some adjustments in the games in terms of how we level or how we balance the rate of critical strike likelihood or crit rate with the crit resist likelihood or ability to avoid a critical strike. They went really far with it last couple of months. Ended up putting so much crit resist on heroes that it nearly basically made crit a moot point. Now we've balanced that out a little bit. Hopefully crit is going to be making a little bit of a comeback. It does not have an advantage, but it certainly has been balanced out and isn't so much a long shot any longer. So that is an option that we can now explore. A little bit of game balancing. Okay, here we got the new pet. New pet comes in mutant form, designated by the M in parentheses. Also, it comes in super pure chimera form. Both pets, like all our mutant and super pets, they do exactly the same thing. Their skills are always matched for one another if they're at the same level. The only difference is that the mutant pets have 4 trait slots that can add attribute bonuses to your heroes. And in addition, the conversion rate of how many attribute bonuses, what percentage of attribute bonuses our heroes acquire by using the pet is a little bit higher with the mutant. So always prioritize your mutant over your super pet. This pet, I only have at level 3. Update just came a few hours ago. When the hero attacks, that's always good. I would rather it be when hero attacks than when hero is attacked. So when hero attacks, it restores health. This will go up. It'll be a decent amount of health. But it only restores that health to one friendly hero, very much like a mini Angie. It grants that one hero immunity to stun, freeze, petrify, and entangle for 2 out of 6 seconds. So only 30% of the time is it going to be actually activating. When he is in play, it increases the energy regain rate of all nearby friendly heroes by 40%. Okay, so you have to be within about 10 squares range or distance from pure chimera for the energy regain rate increase to actually affect your heroes. That is a limitation. And an energy regain rate increase of 40%. And I'm speaking just generally. 40% increase is not going to help the majority, vast majority of heroes. Vast majority of heroes have a cooldown to their skill activation. And you look at a Minotaur Chieftain. He smashes a base, let's say to 85%. All of a sudden you drop a Cupid. And boom, Minnow gets full energy. He hits a building, but he only hits it with his normal attack. He doesn't activate his skill. It's because of his cooldown, and it's rather lengthy. So no matter how much energy our heroes have, the cooldown will prevent them from actually activating their skill. Now, can this be used on a hero like a Pumpkin Duke? Can it be used on a hero like a Orcsbane? Do it old school? You bet it can. This looks like a very defensive-oriented hero. If I were going to go with traits, I would probably go something like dodge, health. I would probably keep it towards the defensive side, because if you're going to put this pet on any hero, it's a hero that you want to keep alive. Obviously, that hero needs to be healed, or that hero needs extra energy. So you want to give it the kind of traits that are going to help that hero along through the battle. And we have our 2 new skins. Last of the new merchandise available in Castle Clash with this new update. We have the Berserker skin. He looks really pretty ferocious. I like what they did with Dark Mage. He's got a lot of style. He reminds me of like David Bowie or somebody. Nice. We'll see how it goes. I hope that he's going to be a good hero, and I hope that Berserker can be used as a blow-em-up machine against those damage-capped heroes. Thanks a lot, everybody. I appreciate you tuning in. This is the Android update coming to iOS real soon, coming to a server near you next couple of days. I hope it's going to be a good one, and I hope the new game mode is going to be good, and I hope the new heroes are actually going to be worth rolling for. Wish you luck. May the luck of the roll be with you. Happy clashing, everybody. Bye-bye.